Welcome to the Explainer. Today, we're diving into a single choice in your estate plan that can have absolutely massive consequences. One that, believe it or not, could accidentally disinherit your grandkids. It all boils down to two Latin phrases, per stirpes and per capita. So let's break down exactly what they mean and why getting this right is so critical.
That question really gets right to the heart of it, doesn't it? And look, that's not an exaggeration or some kind of clickbait. As we're about to see, a single checkbox on a form can literally lead to this exact outcome. That's why understanding the difference is just so incredibly important.
Okay, so first up is per stirpes. Now don't let the Latin fool you. It stands for a really simple and powerful idea, passing your legacy down by the branch of your family tree.
So formally, what this does is ensure that each branch of your family gets its intended piece of the pie. Think of it as a promise you're making to a whole branch of your family, not just to one specific person.
Right, and this is the crucial part. If you choose per stirpes, the money is basically guaranteed to follow that child's lineage. It's like a safety net that protects your grandkids, making sure their parents' share automatically passes down to them if something unexpected happens.
Now for the other option, per capita. This also comes from Latin, but its whole principle of by the head can lead to a radically different outcome.
By head, that's the key phrase you gotta remember here. Per capita literally counts the number of surviving named beneficiaries, the number of heads, and it splits the assets equally just among them, and only them.
And this is the critical distinction right here. With per capita, if one of your children passes away, their share doesn't automatically go down to their own kids. Instead, it goes sideways to their surviving siblings who are also named on the policy.
Okay, theory is one thing, but let's make this crystal clear with an example. You're about to see how this one little decision creates two profoundly different futures for the exact same family.
So we'll use a really simple family scenario. Let's say you've named your two children, Emma and Noah, to split your life insurance benefit 50-50. Seems totally straightforward, right?
But then an unforeseen tragedy happens, and Emma is no longer there to inherit her share. This is the fork in the road that changes everything. What happens to that 50% you always intended for her and her family? Well, with a per stirpes designation, your original intention is preserved. It's pretty simple. Noah gets his 50%, and Emma's 50% share stays in her branch, flowing right down to her two kids. Each of your grandkids from Emma's line gets 25%. Makes sense. But with per capita, wow, the outcome is just dramatically different. Because Emma is no longer a surviving head, the policy only sees one person left, Noah. He inherits 100%. And Emma's children, well, they're unintentionally left with absolutely nothing from this policy. So after seeing a difference that stark, how do you even begin to decide which path is right for your family story? Neither one is automatically better. It really all depends on your specific wishes for the future. And this chart lays out the core trade-offs perfectly, side by side. You see, per stirpes is all about protecting the family line, making sure no branch gets left behind. Per capita, on the other hand, it prioritizes equality, but only among the people you named who are still living. And that, of course, carries that huge risk of accidental disinheritance.
Okay, so now that we really get the difference, let's tackle a few of the really common questions that always come up when you're trying to finalize your plan.
This is a huge one, especially when you're thinking about per stirpes. What happens if your grandkids are all set to inherit, but they're still underage? Well, insurance companies legally cannot just hand over large sums of money directly to a minor.
So to solve this, you really need to plan ahead. You can name a trusted adult as a custodian, you could set up a special account like a UTMA or UGMA, or you could create a trust to manage the funds until they're old enough.
This is such an essential question for blended families. If you have stepchildren you consider your own, it is vital to know how the law actually views them in these designations. And the short answer is a very clear no. The legal terms descendants and children do not automatically include stepchildren. So if you want to include them, you have to take action. Either legally adopt them or name them one by one as individual beneficiaries on your policy. And finally, we come to what is maybe the most important point of all. This is not a set it and forget it decision. Your life changes, and your beneficiary designations absolutely need to change with it. It's actually amazing how quickly these things can become outdated. A divorce, a new marriage, the birth of a new grandchild, any one of those things can instantly make your old plan totally obsolete. A quick check just once a year makes sure your wishes stay current.
So, this leaves us with one last thought: to make sure your intentions truly match your legal documents. The choice between per Stirpes and per capita isn't just a legal term. It's a statement about how you want your legacy to live on. Just make sure it tells the story you actually intend.